These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt. These my dance make it hurt.
Hello, everybody. Very good evening. Welcome along. It's Monday night. It's a little bit after 9 o'clock, and welcome along to this week's episode of Tea and Tops, or as we may have to shortly subtitle this, Strikeouts and Seltzers. Hot seltzer news coming just shortly. First of all, I'm joined as ever by Jason. How are we doing tonight, Jason?
Good. We have hot seltzer news, kept hot off the presses. Best stuff we've ever had, maybe. Things are good. Seems like it was a slow news week out there. Not a whole lot to report. But I guarantee you the show will still be very interesting.
Absolutely, yeah, very interesting. We always find, we certainly always find a way to make it to get through an hour. That's for sure. So yeah, let's start with the big news of the week. Following on from the visit of Josh Trout to our humble little podcast, and we opened up with questions about orange creamsicle Coors hard seltzers this week. Thanks to our good friend Simon, shout out to Simon, managed to import for us. It's the orange creamsicle seltzers.
Yep. Coors Seltzer Orange Cream Pop.
There we go.
Is there. So I hadn't tried it. You've already been trying yours.
Yeah, man, I'm about halfway down mine.
So it's 3 hours into it. So
it's 3 hours, like an hour in, yeah. So cheers.
I'm in. I like it. It's good.
I like it.
It tastes like it's supposed to taste. I'll give it that.
It does. It tastes like orange cream, but let's not say orange cream too much on the podcast, or we'll need to put the explicit tag on.
You can hang out with Oompa Loompas too much.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Josh for getting us on the orange cream pop Coors seltzer bandwagon. This podcast has turned into Inception. We're going back like more than that, like 6 weeks or so to make references.
Shout out to Josh. I did tell him we got some, and he's offered to send us more if we want it. So,
gosh.
there could be more seltzer news coming up.
We are going to have to start up a second. We are going to have to start up a second podcast. Oh my gosh! There you go. Strikeouts and seltzers, man. It took me ages to come up with that. Give it some love.
I love it. I'm in for strikeouts and seltzers. There, it'll be a very limited podcast. Well, like I said, Paul used to have his beer cast one. We can have a seltzer one.
Yeah. You can do podcasts about everything these days. I don't think a hard seltzer related podcast would. It's not a terrible idea. I think there'd be legs in it.
I think we're more of this is a TikTok idea, because I think reviews only take a minute.
That's true. We wouldn't really need to round up the industry news for a hard seltzer, would we?
I mean, there was that White Claw Paul who drinks his White Claw.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. It's funny. Do you know what? When I was looking for music to put on the Facebook story that I put up before the start of the show tonight, I searched White Claw, and there's so many White Claw references and songs and stuff now. It's kind of funny.
Wow. Is there any rap videos with White Claw?
Oh, more probably.
Okay.
They've moved on from Cristal, man. It's all about the White Claw now. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming, and good evening and welcome to this week's episode of Tea and Tops, not Strikeouts and Seltzers, although that may be coming soon. Who knows? As Jason's alluded to, not frightfully much going on. We're of course graced by Tops Living Set artist Josh Jared Kelly last week.
Jared Kelly, listen to the show. He's gonna go get his redneck neighbors and kill you now.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. Jared, you're not allowed to send us anything that your neighbours make. It was very nice of Josh to offer to send us some more seltzer, but yeah, you don't have to reciprocate, Jared. It's okay. I don't want any of us going to federal prison. I
don't know, man. There could be some moonshine we're missing out on.
There could be, yeah. That moonshine, that crystal moonshine. We'll cover the usual topics tonight. A little bit of news, and we have some new releases that have come out in the last couple of weeks since we last did our regular show. We're going to touch a little bit on NFTs because we've got some NFTs being released this week from Tops. And Jason will cover us off, of course, on Project 70, and then we'll probably end with a little bit of bunt and then whatever nonsense we can come up with. So if you are watching along tonight, we're live as always on Twitch at twitch.tv/teaandtopps. We're also live on Facebook and on YouTube, and we're sharing to the Shutout Sports Card Facebook page tonight as well. So wherever you're watching, come and say hello. Like I said, we're going to see the comments and stuff as we go through the night. If you've got any questions or comments about stuff that's happened in the trading card sphere in the last couple of weeks, stick them in and we'll riff on them for a little bit. That might help us get through the hour, if I'm perfectly honest, tonight. So yeah, new releases. So since we last did a regular show a couple of weeks ago, we have had Topps Pro debut came out. I think the week of the show last time, Topps Chrome had just come out. It came out the previous Friday. And now we've had Topps Pro debut, so 2 releases which focus on the kind of same design. They have that flagship design. Topps Chrome, obviously very nice and shiny, a bit more expensive. And Topps Pro debut is the official card of minor league baseball. So ironically, it's technically the only product that Topps still retain ownership of. When you go 4+ years, which only dawned on me when I was taking notes for this tonight. It's the official MILB trading card. And it uses minor league players, obviously, and some of this year's rookies, like Kalenic. Why can I never say his name properly? Yeah, that guy.
Guy in the Mariners, yes.
That Mariners guy who's not Kyle Lewis, yeah. Cards of him and Royce Lewis and some of the top draft picks from the last couple of years, all in their minor league uniforms now. And with the minor league team names on, so you're getting your Montgomery Biscuits cards and your Rocket City Trash Panda cards and
Lansing Lugnuts and
the Lansing Lugnuts, yeah, that's a great one, yeah.
Mountain Rocky vibes,
yeah, and the
Rocky Mountain vibes.
The Las Vegas Aviators, who appear to have changed their name, but they probably changed it a few years ago, and I just didn't notice. But of course, it famously used to be the Area 51s, but not anymore. Now they're the Aviators.
So technically, they're not even in Las Vegas anymore. They're in Henderson. So if you've ever, not many of you people have probably been to the field out there, but they were next to the Neon Boneyard, and so obviously they moved. Henderson paid for a new stadium. They moved south of Vegas. I think it's like 10 miles away. It's not very far from Vegas. It's all there, and then rebranded as the Aviators there because there's more of the military base there, and I think they wanted to get away from the Area 51s. I
see. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, so that caught me off guard when I was opening some of that stuff. So yeah, that's pretty fun. 4 autographs in that box, and of course some of the rookie autographs and the high draft pick autographs can be worth a bit of money. We actually pulled a couple of cool cards out of a box I opened for a customer last night. So it's a pretty fun release. Not often you can get 4 autographs for under $100 a box. So yeah, keep an eye out for it. I'm struggling to get it.
Who's the big autograph you're chasing there? Is it? I mean. Obviously, it's full of rookies. Is there anyone in particular they're pushing?
No, not to my knowledge. I mean, if you pull any of the guys whose name we know from Bowman Draft the last couple of years, so like Kierstad and Asa Lacey and guys of that ilk, so any of the high draft picks from last year, then you'd be doing quite well. Any of the rookies who have been up and seen some time, or who may still be up just now. Obviously, this product's printed quite a ways in advance. So your man from Seattle, Kalenic.
Just call him Jared.
Yeah, Jared. Yeah.
Jared. I mean, like I said,
it's annoying. I don't know why I can't say it properly.
Jared.
Jared. So if you hit an autograph of any of those guys, you're going to be doing pretty well. But it's one of these. It's another one, I guess, like these long shot products where you think, oh well, who's this guy? And then in 3 years' time, it could be, pitching in Game 7 for all you know, right? So, it's an interesting product. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool just to see like some of the minor league teams and minor league unis. And like I say, it's under $100 a box to get 4 autographs. It's you might find some gold in there.
It sounds interesting. I'm assuming you don't get a whole full team set. You mostly get like 15 guys per team, because I mean, no one really cares who the 5th reliever is for the Lansing Lugnuts.
Pretty much. Yeah. So they're focusing far more on the players than they are on the teams. Like you say, try to make out. Yeah, it's you can't. It's funny. You can buy team sets. I recently had cause to buy a team set for the Pensacola Blue Wahoos of all things. So if you want minor league team sets, you can generally buy them direct from the teams, but they're not licensed Topps cards. They're just like locally printed cards. But
right,
so the Topps releases, like I say, it's just about the players, and I think they might focus on like maybe the top. I don't know how many cards are in the base set actually, but the top however many prospects, across the minor leagues. There's probably contract.
No one wants the Crash David card. The guy that's 35 years old but still in the minor leagues.
Still in the minor leagues, yeah. Of course, for the first time in a few years, there's no Tim Tebow cards in it this year.
I didn't actually realize that Tebow was in these sets.
Yeah, Tebow's been in Pro Debut the last few years, which may have spiked the price on it a little bit. I mean, Pro Debut's never really been expensive, but when you got a chance to get a Tim Tebow card out of it, then that's something kind of cool. He never ever had autographs on Pro Debut because the story goes that he was asking far too much money from Topps to get autographs put in. Topps said, "Oh, we're not going to pay you minor league. We're not going to pay you major league money for a minor league autograph," or
which is fair enough.
Words to that effect.
I have it on good knowledge that the Mets only signed him to get fans in seats there, and so they knew that wasn't the happen.
Dude, I went to a spring training game to see him. Why else? I don't. I mean, that wasn't the only reason, but I went to a spring training game and we purposely picked Braves Mets at Braves because we had the chance to see Tebow take some hacks. So we certainly picked that game for that reason. We could have picked any Braves game because it was Florida and it was springtime, right? So,
yep.
But yeah, that was one of the reasons that we went, and there was a good crowd, like a good sized crowd for what at the time I think was like a single A spring training game.
I mean, be fair, he is a Florida legend. So,
he is a Florida legend, yeah.
You're gonna go see him regardless if you're a fan of his football or you just want to see him fail at baseball.
Yeah.
All said and done, I rooted for him. Like I rooted against Michael Jordan playing for the White Sox in the minor leagues there. I wanted to see Tebow succeed just for the heck of it.
It would have been a hell of a story. What was the highest that he got to? Like double A or triple A? I think
he made it triple A at one point in time, and there was so many injuries in the Mets outfield. There was a chance he was going to get actually called up.
Yeah,
and I think everyone freaked out.
That was pretty. I seem to remember that. Was that maybe like 2018, 2019, like towards the end of the season? It was like just get them up for the cup of coffee because, like I said, the Mets would have made a fortune in jerseys, but they probably made their money in the jersey sales already. But
it would have been a good thing, for I think they would have had to put him on the 40-man roster. I don't think he was quite on the 40-man roster. And I don't know. Maybe they would have done it now with Steve Cohen as the owner, but maybe not so much when the previous guy was still paying his Birdie man off.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, maybe if they weren't still paying Bobby Bonilla, they'd have diverted some of that cash and just given him a major league deal.
Like I said, they could have offset that by bringing him up. So,
yeah, it's true. Yeah, that would have been a cool story. So yeah, no Tebow cards this year. So the novelty factor of Pro Debut, I guess, has kind of passed a little bit from that aspect. But yeah, still a cool looking set. Like I say, four autographs in every box. So if you like an autograph card like I do, there's plenty to look for in there. We also hit some pretty low numbered stuff as well. The usual range of low numbered coloured parallels, and there's some cool looking insert sets and stuff. So yeah, decent product overall. Very, very popular here. I couldn't get enough of it. So yeah, I'm still waiting to get more as well. But
it's popular here because people are just hoping for that long shot. Here's a chance to get a box inexpensively. You'll get a bunch of rookies, and you're kind of hoping that one of these rookies that you pull might actually do quite well.
Yeah, I mean, there certainly is that aspect to it. There's the fact that the box price itself is quite reasonable compared to others. So the just the act of ripping open an entire box of cards is quite well. You and I have done it, so we know what it's like. But there's a difference between actually getting your hands on a sealed box, taking the cellophane off, and opening all the packs and going through all the cards and stuff. It's a different experience from like buying into a box break or buying a few loose packs or buying like a blaster box that's maybe got half a dozen packs in it. When you've got a full hobby box sitting in front of you, 24 packs, like however many cards, I think there's 8 or 9 cards in a pack. That's like a lot to go through. It's quite an exciting thing. And with the way that prices and stuff have gone, to get that opportunity for like £79, which is what Pro Debut is kind of going for right now, you're not really getting that chance in the market anymore. So I think there's an aspect of that. I think the minor league baseball has more passionate fans here than perhaps we would acknowledge, because everyone just talks about Major League Baseball, but a lot of people are into the minor league stuff as well, perhaps more than we think, and I think that has a bit to do with it. There's the whole novelty factor. You want what's the hat you're wearing tonight? What's that, Tina?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember what it's. The Whoopies.
The Whoopie. I couldn't remember I couldn't
It's the
remember the name of the
Whoopies.
confectionery,
Oh my
but
gosh,
yeah. So you
Whoopie
have teams.
pies.
Yeah. So
That's
you have
true.
teams like the the Savannah Bananas who are fairly popular over here for some meme reason that I can't quite put my finger on. I think it was something to do with the Scouts. So yeah, so there's like the Savannah Bananas thing and the Montgomery Biscuits and all the fun like team names that we've already talked on it, and there's just fans of minor league baseball, and there's Major League Baseball gets like 45 different products every year. Minor League Baseball gets one. So if you do like minor league baseball, this is the set for you. And like I say, it's a cheap set to build. It's fun to chase the autographs out of it. The cards, they're available on the secondary market for reasonable prices as well. So it's just a cheap, fun set, really. It's like the most serious set, for want of a better expression, that comes in at that really nice sort of collector's money. Anything cheaper than this, and you're like opening day, which is kind of aimed at kids, and then Big League, which again is sort of retro, sort of 90s kind of throwback style and a bit fun and quirky, but this is like a sort of more serious, proper, if I can use that word, a proper baseball release. And like I say, for half the price of some of the stuff that's been coming out this year, as far as flagship releases go. So yeah, it's a pretty cool set. People really dig it. It's a nightmare to break because it's all the minor league team names. Then you have to match them up to the major league teams. But so yeah, I'm glad that people are more interested in buying boxes and doing breaks. Put it that way. Yeah, that's about the only release that's come out, I think, in the last couple of weeks. We do next up. We don't actually have anything this week. The next on the plate is the 17th. We have Bowman Chrome, which obviously everyone will be excited for. And Gold Label as well, which is a release that I think often goes kind of under the radar a little bit. A very interesting looking set. Has the similar framing, like the metal or plastic, I guess, or maybe they are metal frames around the cards, like you get on your limited Project 70 cards. So they have that same kind of frame.
Right.
It's three. I can't remember what they call them. Classes. Let me find it.
I've seen him on Bunt.
Yeah.
So,
oh, there you go. You'll know it from Bunt. Yeah.
I recognize it from Bunt. So
yeah. So 3 different classes of card, and the pictures are different on them all. So the base set's 150. Base set's 150 players, but there's 3 classes, and each class has a different picture on it. So if you wanted all the Fernando Tatis Jr. cards, you need to get 3 of them you need to get 3 base cards to make up just his base set. And then each of them have 3 different variations as well. So it's yeah. I need that GIF that's like, all the numbers and the mathematical equations passing by my face right now. That's what it feels like. But yeah, so Gold Label's kind of a fun set. Pretty good looking set as well. Autographs and stuff in it. And then we're back to the usual kind of 120, a bit more than that actually, $130, $150, that kind of range. It does have Derek Jeter autographs in it though, so something worth chasing.
That's not bad, because he doesn't sign for anything under like $450.
Yeah. Try to get it. Well, he obviously signed that massive deal with Topps like 2 years ago now, I think. So most products this year we've seen some kind of Derek Jeter celebration in it. I guess quite really, because he'll have his actual Hall of Fame induction coming up pretty soon.
2 days.
2 days. That is pretty soon. I was right.
Yep. You know what? I've got to wait. I think we can get a free autograph from Jeter.
Really?
I think we write to him as the Marlins. We address a letter to them, and then we responds back.
Yeah.
We've got his name, unless it's stamped on there.
Oh yeah, it'll just be like a computerized print off. I'm gonna have to sign stuff at my work. It's just
damn it! Don't ruin my fun.
Yeah, we'll go.
I've got like a $3 letter I can send to him. It's like, if he can respond back and sign it, we're golden.
Yeah, that's it. That'd be pretty cracked. Yeah. Of course, another thing you can get in Gold Label is actual gold nuggets.
What?
Yeah, man. So they have relic cards, and they have genuine gold nuggets in the relic cards. So a bit like Diamond Icons that has an actual little diamond in some of the relics. Yeah, right. Gold Label has a little tiny gold nugget as part of the relic cards. Gold Prospect Relics. There you go. Don't have pieces of uniforms or bats. Instead, they have a small gold nugget embedded in them. There you go.
Right. And is there any idea the value on these things?
I mean, the gold nuggets would probably be worth more than the card, to be fair. But
Yeah, exactly. As I said, like, I mean, I have like this again coming from this. After about a year of this, I'll have a better idea of what these are like here. I mean, like everything you throw at me is like, oh, that's new, weird. All right, I'm still working off. There were 4 different sets of cards: Topps, Fleer, Dunners, and Upper Deck, and now there's cards with diamonds.
there's cards with
gold
diamonds
nuggets
and gold nuggets in them. Yeah, there you go. So 100 cards in the set. I was 50 out. 100 cards in the set, but then there's only 35 cards in a hobby box. Like I say, you're getting on for $150, 35 cards. So do the maths on that real quick, like $4 a card or something.
So when we get that official sponsorship from Topps, they can just kick some our way.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're working on it, right?
We are.
If we keep talking about seltzers on our baseball card podcast, they'll be hoofing us off. So yeah, gold label coming out, and then of course, like I say, Bowman Chrome, which is like, just mad, because everybody's mad for Bowman, everybody's mad for Chrome. This is Bowman Chrome. So yeah, everyone, that's going to be a pretty mad one. Yeah, not too much more to say about that. So they're both coming out on the 17th of this month.
So like I said, with it being Bowman Chrome, what are we looking to spend on a box?
Oh,
what is it? Is it?
I mean, we don't want to spend anything, right?
Over under 500 quid. What do we think?
I was going to say, what's your over under? Because I can look it up while you
so
guys.
Just because, all right, I'm guessing it's probably 450 is kind of my guess of where it's at. So pounds, not dollars, pounds.
No, it's actually significantly cheaper than that at the moment. You'd be surprised to hear. So hobby boxes at the moment are around $225. 2 autographs in that box, and you get 6. Oh god, it's making me do maths.
Okay, we know
60. We get 60 cards per box.
Right.
And so 60 cards for $220. So you're kind of at like $4 again. So the same price as gold label per card, kinda.
Right. Okay. That's not too bad, because I see everyone trying to punt their stuff on various Facebook groups. So I'm always kind of like, well, what did it cost, and what's the profit margin on these things? I know there's a bunch of flippers.
Yeah, yeah. I imagine it'll be a pretty big base set. 250 card base set, which is pretty big, really, for 60 cards a box, and getting on for $250 a box. So, but obviously 2 autographs in every box. You're looking at, and like Bowman Chrome autographs are kind of like, well, the taste of the market at the moment. Bowman Chrome, sorry, let me say it again. First Bowman Chrome autographs are like the ones that people will hunt out for the top, like prospects, if and when they go mental, or for any player when they reach that major league level. The first Bowman Chrome autograph is the one that people will seek out. That would be like your top tier. Then you just have your first Bowman autograph underneath it. So, yeah, it'll be pretty popular even at that price. It's always a popular release. They're doing their light release again. I'm not too sure what that is. So it's something that we saw new with Topps Chrome this year. They did Topps Chrome Light, which was an online exclusive from Topps, I think, for $100. The difference with this is there's no guaranteed autographs in it. There you go. That's fine. But they do have exclusive parallels.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. But it's only $50 a box cheaper. So my personal opinion would be spend the extra $50 and at least you're getting a couple of autographs out of it.
At least a couple of autographs on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you might hit an absolute whopper. So yeah, I'll need to get the prospect list back out again, get studying. It usually takes me a few breaks to figure out who the guys we should be looking for. So yeah, so those are the next 2 coming out in the next couple. Well, 17th, so not this Wednesday, but next. And then yeah, we're getting to late baseball season all of a sudden. So we'll have some more of the late releases coming out. Heritage High Number and that's coming out soon, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, lots on the horizon.
Cool. Well, Project 70.
Yes, indeed.
Halfway point.
We finally made it.
Halfway point. There's been some wanted posters. If anyone seen Action Bronson or Blue?
Yeah.
I've not seen them in like 2 months.
Yep. I keep thinking I've missed my Bronson cards, but no, he's just not released anything.
He's just not released anything, so I don't know what's happened. It seems to be the same kind of 5 artists every week. So I got a feeling we're going to see F. Blake and Lauren Taylor done by like
October.
And the set's not going to finish till spring training next year. So we're looking like, even if they do 4 cards a day for the next 510 cards, it's still looking at February of this that finishes in, and then there'll be Project 2021.
Project 2021. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I seem to recall like a couple of months ago. What are we on now? We're on like episode 27, and we've missed, I think, 3 weeks. We've missed, so we're 30 weeks into this little endeavor. So that's getting on for, oh man, that's getting on for 6 months. That's nuts.
Yeah, we've done 6
it's
months.
More than 6 months. Yeah, gee whiz. And yeah, I seem to recall way back when the last time we ran the numbers, we're like, well, it would almost make sense if they ran it right the way through spring training and then they pick up something else. So yeah, like you say, if it carries on at that pace, then we're pretty much on the money. So I'm going to write that down because that's something that we predicted and we might actually get right. That's about the only thing we've predicted so far.
Exactly.
Jesus.
I mean, it makes sense for them to. I mean, card counts dropped. You're averaging around 1,500 cards per drop, depending on who it is and whatnot. And so you might as well just keep milking it that longest way. I still think they should have gone to 3 cards. I think you'd have gone, all right, there's 2 cards I like. I'll buy the other one for a $5 or a $10. And the sales would have probably been much better than they are now. What was it say? Gregory Sips, Ronald Acuna came out or finished up on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think it was just like 1,020 cards. It was the lowest Gregory Sips print run, and of course being Ronald Acuna, it was a very low print run there, so people are going, oh man, this is going to skyrocket. This nope
didn't. Yeah,
it's not going to do it. People aren't buying these cards there, although saying that the DJ Otani has gone over $100 now. So
yeah, that's crazy. That card is so cool as well.
So that one snuck up on a lot of people. They didn't realize that. Anything people always are asking me, what are you buying? I said, well, I'm buying the cards I like.
Yeah.
I have kind of varied my sets a little bit here and there. I've gone back and started collecting the Ron English cards. I've definitely started collecting all the Crayola cards. Futuro is one I wasn't on. I'm back on his cards now. But if you're looking to make money on these, Otani cards.
Yeah, it seems to be right.
It really is. Like anything Otani is just automatically doubling in price right off the bat there. Graham knows my fantastic journey I had with the Otani card that I bought and sold.
Yeah.
and within the week of me buying it and the week of me selling it, it doubled in price.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it goes there. So I think you're finding more and more people are finding out about Project 70. Still not hugely popular, still very small. But I think people are finding Topps is advertising on MLB. They're trying to push it out there, but I mean, you still have people going, nope, never heard of this thing there. So I think if you're looking long term, buy Otani. Like I said, he's having the season of the A's. And if you're going to try and make any money on it, buy his and then flip it that way.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't feel like a buy and hold type thing, does it? It's way more conducive to, like you say, to flip it and like so. Yeah, ride the artist train where the artists are hot. So obviously Lauren Taylor broke out right at the start of the project. I don't know how her cards are doing like resale wise, but she's obviously one of the more socially media active. She's in that sort of circle of the real active ones on social media, like Blake and her and Ski and stuff. Yeah, and you seem to find the ones who are putting in like the real legwork. As well as their cards like being really cool and stuff, but the ones who are putting in the real legwork to really push themselves, and they're putting in 1,000% more effort than Topps are to push this thing. It feels like at times, it just goes to show that they're hitting the right market and notes that perhaps Topps aren't.
So it's interesting you said that. I had a conversation with what Topps Project 70 artist. I won't name who it is there, and he was very frustrated at the fact that Topps were not pushing his product. He was just like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm doing this here. We're both making money. What else do you need from me to do that? And his take was, you know what? I'm going to keep doing my own thing. And if people like my card, great. If they don't like my card, you know what? This is a side gig for me that, if I sell 1,000 cards, I make $5,000 out of it, for something I put together there. That I'm assuming most of these people are artists. They can get these done rather quickly. I know for the fact Sean Witherspoon, all his cards are done.
Yeah. I think we mentioned that before. Yeah.
So I mean, I imagine
Bronson's are all done.
I think Photoshop broke and he's stuck. That's why.
Frickin' afternoon in Photoshop. That's that done. Thank you.
And it's hard because you said, we had conversations with Lauren Taylor, and she was just like, well, she actually put a lot of time and effort into thinking about which players you should bring out. One, to obviously maximize the amount of money she make, but two, to actually get people that actually like her cards.
Yeah. I mean, it says something when a pair of knobheads like us on a baseball card-related podcast from the UK, in fact from Scotland if we want to be deeply specific about it, is landing Project 70 artists on podcasts before Topps is actually pushing them, before Topps is doing it themselves. I mean, they've started doing a Meet the Artist series, but like they were like, well, over a third of the way through the project before that started.
That's how this conversation started with this artist there. I'm like, look, dig your cards. Are you doing a Project 70 Meet the Artist series? He's like, nope. And it's like, oh, that's a shame because I would have liked to know your backstory. Like we know Ermsey does not do interviews. No one's ever gonna get anything out of Ermsey out of there.
Not even us.
We probably have a better chance at Snoop.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're still working on it.
But I mean, a lot of the artists, they just don't engage.
Yeah.
They don't really care because, again, it's a side hustle for them. You know what? They're making a bunch of money off it. No big deal there. It's not 2020 where you're all of a sudden have a print run of 60,000 cards. We're going to have, a high print runs in over 5,000 cards now. So you basically can go, okay, great. I'll make 5,000 per card. At least how much time and effort do I really put into it? So
yeah. I mean, if you're making $5,000 plus per card and you've got 20 cards, then, even I can do that math.
Yeah, so it's not bad. And and they're basically using Blake as the Topps Now artist.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, right? It's like he's the main conductor of. No, that's not the right word, but he's the one who seems like. But when you think of people who are marketing Project 70, I think a lot of people would think of Blake before they think of Topps, which seems crazy because he's only involved in his cards, and yes, he likes to champion the artist and whatever else, but. That's kind of mad when we think of an artist before we think of the people who are actually putting out the product.
Yeah, I think I don't know. No one understands Topps. Like there is no
least of all us, as we've proven over the last 27 episodes.
The logic behind that of going, oh, maybe we should Meet the Artist series, or maybe that became because you know what.
It's because they heard two guys in Scotland had Lauren Taylor on their podcast.
Exactly.
And they're like, hang on a minute.
But Blake is a marketing guy who happens to do art, and that's the way you have to look at it. And he's marketed himself extremely well. So by doing the live podcast while he was worked extremely well for them. It made him extremely personable to people, and people got on with it that way there. He's not doing this year because he's doing other projects like NFTs, and he's ventured into things that probably pay him a lot more money than Project 70 cards.
That's true, yeah.
So he had his pound of flesh last year, made a ton of money. Now what? I mean, even Ben Baller, you don't even see him kind of hyping his cards. I mean, I think there was a chain at one point.
Yeah.
But we had like chains, and he was giving NFTs out, and like this, and now it's just kind of like
yeah. I forgot. Is he even in Project 70?
He is in Project 70.
Oh, look at that! I had completely forgotten he was even in it.
But I think Topps was expecting those people to hype their own stuff up there. Like Alex Party does a great job of making a cool video to hype his stuff up there.
And we have Ski who does his curated playlists for each of his cards as well, which is super awesome. That's a real nice twist on it. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and it's cool. I mean, I can't blame Bobby Hundreds. He's doing his air variation thing there, and I love the cards, and I will buy his set over time. But he literally made $6 million in NFTs over the weekend 2 weekends ago. Why the heck would you be I'm gonna promote my Topps card?
You know what? That's a real good point. Yeah. Especially if it's like Sean Witherspoon, for all we know, he may have already done them and they're like off his radar, I guess that's kind of the other thing to consider for some of the artists. It's like if they've already completed their set and submitted their cards to Topps, then they've moved on to their next project by now, right? I guess this is where it differs from, from Jared when we were speaking to him last week. So obviously he does Topps 11 set, and he gets assigned a subject every week. So he knows that every week he's going to have that email coming in from Topps saying, right, we need you to do a card of this guy by this date. Whereas for Project 70, one or more artists could have already finished it, and like I say, they're away moving on to different projects now, and probably other things that they want to push ahead of. Yeah, the side gig, I suppose, that was Project 70.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some people are rethinking their cards. I mean, that was really cool for F. Dot came up with his Satchel Paige one, and now he's announced he's got as a 3-card Negro League set. So he's already done the Josh Gibson. Satchel Paige comes out, and I imagine probably 2 or 3 cards online will come up with that 3rd card that he wants to do there.
Yeah.
So I think, not to harp on Action Bronson, but it's like, I think F. Dot's, that was his 12th or 13th card. We've gotten 5 Action Bronsons. So we're going to have like this last month of Action Bronson and Don C cards.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, right, another Don C card. Yay.
Do you think with, as we've already touched on, with Jeter's Hall of Fame inauguration on Wednesday, do you think we'll see a slate of Jeter cards on Wednesday?
No, is my honest answer.
I mean, they missed Canada Day. Remember, because we commented on that. I thought, well, you could have done like some Canada Day cards.
They missed card number 420 could have been Snoop. I mean, that would have been
card number 420 should have been a Snoop card.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not do that? They missed out on Project 2020. Card 51 could have been Ichiro. You know, I just don't think. I really just want to work for Topps for like a month.
Yeah, go and volunteer there. Yeah.
What are you guys doing? How do you guys get this screwed up so badly?
Yeah, how are they missing all this stuff? Yeah.
If you look, we had like 4 Tonys 1 week. We had 3 Mike Trouts in like 2 days. You know, it's like, I get it. You know, you artists have said these are the players I want to do, and you have to go. Maybe you're not releasing 7 Otani and Trout cards in the same week. It's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's got. I mean, we've had this conversation with the artists themselves, saying, you know, it's got to be rough when you're seeing 4 cards or however many cards for the same subject coming out every week, and then depending on where you land in the order, you know, or who's going to be buying 5 or 3 or 4 or 5 Otanis in 1 week. Now, people might go back and pick those cards up off the secondary market, but that doesn't help an artist.
No.
Unless it's an NFT, but it's not an NFT, is it? It's not
an NFT. No, and everyone's at the mercy of who they're partnering up with, because you're going to go, okay, well, you know, if you're with someone that is, again, 2 cards that are nice, you might buy the other 2 cards because it's not that much more. You know, it's not a big deal. Or you might just go, the rest are crap. I'm buying a 5-pack of this Otani card, and I'm hoping to get that. And again, a lot of people are like, oh, I really want a Part D foil, or I want a O2. Nope. Save your money and just pay it on the secondary market, because it's the only way you're going to get it.
It's the only way you're going to get it. Yeah. It's the best way to play the odds. But then, the foils generally go for quite a bit more. And I mean, considering they're technically free, they do go for quite a bit of coinage on the secondary market.
They do, depending on who you hit. So I showed you the example of the Crayola Jared Weaver. It went for $23.
$23, yeah.
It really went for 16 pounds there, and that's a foil card. Be fair, that is absolutely the going rate for a Jared Wheeler foil card.
It's not like anybody's overpaid there, right?
No, exactly. For a free card, that's what they've gotten there. Yeah. So obviously everyone wants to hear, get the party foils, or they want to get his, Terminator card, like that. Like people are literally buying 50, 60 of these cards on the hope that you might hit them there. So, if these are the cards you like, just wait for the secondary market. Everyone's just going to sell them for 10 or less because they bought so many of them.
Yeah.
Chasing foils. So
chasing foils, yeah, that's it. This is what it's descending into, is chasing foils. All right, cool. That rounds out Project 70. Oh no, does it not?
Card of the week.
Oh, how could I forget card of the week? I've had too much. I've clearly had too much orange creamsicle seltzer.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go. Card of the week. Yes.
Card of the week. So probably doesn't get a whole lot of love unless you're a sneaker guy. But Soulfly has been producing a bunch of really under the radar great cards. Like I'm definitely gonna start collecting his cards as well too. their Ken Griffey Jr. card like nailed it. It was a good combination of late 80s, early 90s of that teal and pink and the splash there. I thought the card was absolutely amazing. So yeah, that was my absolutely favorite card of the week.
Excellent. Did you pick one up?
I did, yeah. It was part of the 4-pack. It was the 4-pack with Lauren Taylor, Tim Anderson. It was Gregory Sips. Was it Acuna? It was Old Man Allen's MF Doom Strawberry.
Oh yeah.
So that, for me, I was like, that's a great 4-pack, and yeah, no one else really seemed to like it. But I don't know. Maybe it's Labor Day weekend back in the States. Maybe
course,
like, you know what?
weekend,
I'm getting drunk on orange creamsicle soda.
Yeah, quite right.
So maybe they forgot about that. So it happened. The same thing last year. I can't remember what part of the series we were in there. I think we were around the late 300s there, and it hit that Labor Day weekend, and a lot of people missed a bunch of sales there. Cards have not held their value there. They were going for like $70 to $100 there, not so much. So you know, there's always hope those cards go straight up, but I'm not going to be holding my breath on that one.
No. Like I say, it's not. Well, it doesn't appear to be a long-term investment thing yet. All right, cool. Thank you very much for that, Jason. So normally at this point we switch to NFTs, but I'm going to change up the order and we'll speak about Bunt first, and we'll finish on NFTs this week because there's actual NFT news. Normally we just kind of gloss over it and move on, but so yeah, Topps Bunt. We've seen some changes to Topps Bunt this week, or last couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah, Series 2 came out
Series 2
with a whole bunch of fanfare that we didn't know anything about.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yeah. Finally a use for all those base cards, and finally a use for crafting again.
Exactly. Yeah. It's quite fun again. I get a Ty France Mariners card.
Yeah. Is this the new meme? Is this we're going to move on from Shed Long?
No, Shed Long there, but Ty France is actually like 3rd or 4th in the league in batting average. No one knows.
There we go. Who knows?
Of course, no one pays attention to batting average anymore. It's all be OBS and whatnot there. But you know what? I get a Ty France card, so I'm quite chuffed about that. Because they said you could, besides Shed Long and Jared Kelenic, you can't name another Mariner. So.
Robinson Cano. Oh no, he's not there anymore. Dang it.
Mike Zunino. Oh no, he's in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So Series 2 came out in Bunt. We also had the second iteration of the Hit for the Cycle event as well. We had with Jake Cronenworth like a month or so ago, and then we had another cycle. So Freddie Freeman's up this time.
And this time they've actually changed it for us. Instead of like having to craft every 2 hours, is now every 7 hours. You can also trade the cards as well there, because I think they probably made it a little bit harder to hit all the bonus cards to craft it. So I can't remember. I don't remember the odds where the Jake card was, but it seems to be a little bit harder to get the Freddie Freeman cards there. So, but you can trade for it. You can definitely craft it much easier, but you have 7 hours between times there. So it's for me, it's been much easier. Yeah.
I've funnily enough, I hit two of the three in my first pack, and I'm waiting on the third one. I can't remember which one it is that I need. I think it's triple that I need. But yeah, I got the first two out of one pack, and since then I've just been getting cold backed, so that kind of sucks.
I think I had number. It was like 31 of the people that had finally crafted the card because I hit like a single, triple home run in one pack, and I was all right. Well, there we go. That's
that'll be
done.
That then.
So the first thing I was doing was like, all right, how many people have done this before? Oh wow, this is I'm one of the first people to do it. So
so can you carry it on and like craft multiples of them if you hit them again?
Absolutely.
Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought it was like a one and done thing. Once you got it, that was it.
No, as long as the event's going on, you can keep crafting. I was hoping to get maybe 2 or 3 just in case somebody else forgets to check in every 7 hours, and unlike me that check in every kind of 2 hours,
every 10 minutes. Yeah, I might well be knocking at your door then, because I've been on Bunt once, I think, in the last 3 days. It's kind of crazy, but
I finally reached 1,000 coin or 1,000,000 coin.
1,000,000 coins, did you?
I've reached 1,000,000 coin there, so we'll have I don't know. I think triple threads is the thing I'll probably hold out for, and I'll spend my 1,000,000 on triple thread there.
Well, we toyed with the idea of doing like a Bunt live stream, which I think would be kind of fun.
Well, you your 4,000,000 coins, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Funny enough, I'm just loading it up now. I was going to have a quick flex on you just for a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
3.6. Oh, hang on, I've got 2,000 coins to add. 3.6 million. There you go. Yeah, I hate to flex on you like that.
But you know what? It's been fun. I definitely doing it this year. I've really kind of enjoyed it. I've seen a lot of different cards I normally wouldn't do. I know next year I'll definitely have more of a strategy on what I would spend my coins on. I do like Inception.
Yeah.
You know, Gypsy Queen. I'm very curious when that comes out.
Yeah, Gypsy Queen's a weird one because they're on a series 2 of Gypsy Queen and Skate, which is Topps' NHL app, which is rather ironic because Topps don't produce any physical NHL cards. And yeah, they've put Gypsy Queen into Skate twice, and they've not put it into Bunt yet.
What if it's something in the off season because it's a popular product, and you have to have something to do between?
That's not a bad shout, actually. Yeah.
You know, October through February, you need something to do. I mean, we don't have any Allen and Ginter, which you know they do.
No, yeah, we've had that in previous years. Yeah, we've not had museum collection. They've done museum collection in previous years.
Museum just came out on Skate, so.
I did it. Okay, you're ahead of me on Skate. Well, I've been on Skate even less than I've been on Bunt because it's just
exactly. We won't talk about Star Wars. We won't go there.
Yeah. I'm way behind on Star Wars as well. I'm actually really digging the Disney one and like.
Oh, the Disney one.
Yeah, don't hate you if you hate me, but yeah, like they have obviously Topps of the Disney license as well. Oh, that reminds me of a topic to add to the thing. Anyway,
right.
Yeah, so Topps of the Disney license, and there's a Disney one as well, and there's also a Marvel one for your comic book and graphic novel needs. But yeah, the Disney one's actually really fun. And the girl, like my kids have caught me playing it a couple of times. I have 2 girls, a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they've caught me playing it a couple of times. And they're like, "Oh, Daddy, what are you doing? Why have you got like Anna and Elsa on your phone?" I'm like, "Oh, Daddy's playing a game." So I've shown them it and shown them the kind of stuff that you can get, and they were kind of digging on it as well. So not that I've put it on their phones. I don't need them getting addicted to any more flipping iPad games. They're addicted to enough stuff on their iPads as it is.
Exactly. Just make sure you take the wallet off that so they can't buy the pack.
Oh, dude, yeah. I have like triple layer security, so they can't be, or else they'd spend all their money on flipping Roblox. That's how that works, right? So yeah, Bunt. That's that.
But yeah, so yeah,
so I lost my chain of thought for a minute.
I think we hit October. I think you start seeing the stuff like that. Like I think I enjoyed Triple Thread because that was the first one I was buying when I opened up Bunt whenever we started this back in January.
Yeah. Tribute I think so far has been my favorite. I'm still working on Stadium Club. Whenever I have to do an event where I have to open X amount of packs, instead of just, I think I said this before, but instead of just buying the AL Legends or whatever it is for 500 coins, I'll go and buy Stadium Club packs. I think I'm just about finished the base set, and I'm pretty close to finishing the red set as well. So
not bad.
Yeah, I'm going to keep chipping away at it, and I'll probably try and trade some out before the events run out and try and get my rewards for it. But
you know what? I have to say, the Stadium Club cards are so cool. I've been tempted to go buy a box or 2 of Stadium Club at some point.
Of actual Stadium Club, yeah.
I think the cards are so good. I think it's one of those things like, you know what? When I get that job thing, or when teaandtopps becomes, when we
go mainstream,
yes.
Once we get that sponsorship. Hello, Fanatics. How are you?
Yes, exactly. But yeah, no, it's fun. I'm still enjoying Bunt. It's gonna make me buy cards, and I got a feeling Stadium Clubs would be like, all right, I need a box of Stadium Club. I'm gonna rip those.
Well, if you want some packs, you know where to come.
Absolutely.
Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Twitch. All right, there's my plug for that. That's my plug for the week. The thing that's just popped into my head, I'm going to very quickly Google it while we're talking about it. So I have been driving a little bit this weekend. I was down in Edinburgh, obviously seeing your good self in person. It was lovely to see you. Sainsbury's are doing a promotion at the moment where if you spend £10, you get some trading cards. And they are from all of the licenses that Topps have. So they're advertising on the radio. You can get either some Star Wars cards or Disney cards or... Oh, here we go. Packs. No. Oh, just getting the Sainsbury's. So they come from either Marvel, Star Wars, or Disney. You spend £10 and you get a pack. For every £10 you spend, you get a pack, whether that's online or in the shop. And you can do it up to like a maximum of £150 in one transaction. So the most you could get in a single transaction from Sainsbury's is 15 packs of cards.
Right.
I'm very quickly trying to Google it because I had completely forgotten about this.
So what you're saying is I need to like buy a barbecue
Here we go.
and then return it and take my 15 packs of cards with me and then buy another barbecue. And
Yeah, here we go. It's Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel, all of which are Topps licenses. Heroes on a Mission cards are back. 144 Heroes cards to collect from Sainsbury's. So if you want to dip your toe in the trading card window, off to Sainsbury's with you. For every £10 you spend, you'll get a free pack of 4 cards. So if you spend £60, you'll get 6 packs or 24 cards. And like I say, you're limited to £150 in one transaction. So the most you can get is 15 packs of cards in a single transaction.
Do they say if they give you the packs right there and then? Or do you have to claim them?
Usually with this kind of thing, especially in store, you'll just get them. They'll just give them to you. You can get an album as well, pop them in your album. There's certain products, promotional products, you can get free cards as well. So naked bars are the ones that's advertised on Sainsbury's.co.uk if you want to find out more. There's missions. Mission 1, discover the power of water. Learn how you can help save our oceans. So there's a little bit of Dory action in there. And Ariel, the Little Mermaid. So yeah, it looks like they're taking it. Yeah, they're taking it kind of serious and lots of promotions around it. So yeah, Sainsbury's.co.uk. If you're in the UK and you're interested in that, you can get your hands on some free, in inverted commas, because you need to buy your shopping from Sainsbury's. But some free trading cards. Pack of 4 for every £10 you spend. Maximum of 15 packs in one transaction. And yeah, there you go. So say across the Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel licenses. So I have to assume that they're printed by Topps.
They must be printed by Topps. There's probably, I mean, you're just getting a base set out of that. You're not getting anything to chase for it. So
no, they're kind of cool looking. Though. They're pretty cool cards. Like the Star Wars ones would be pretty sweet. Including many with there are a total of 144 Heroes cards to collect, including many with special effects on them. So like probably like foils,
foil, yeah.
Yeah. Follow the steps below to get your free cards and start filling your album. There you go.
Hey, free cards gets kids into us.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last time we saw trading card promotion like this was at McDonald's, and it was at McDonald's not long ago, and they were doing Pokemon cards. So you can imagine how that went. There was many stories of McDonald's employees being accosted and people trying to liberate packs of Pokemon cards from behind McDonald's counters and stuff like that, which is just brutal. I was like, come on, folks. So yeah,
but it's Pokemon. You gotta catch them all.
You gotta catch them all. That's it. So yeah, there's some other trading card news. I knew there was something else. I had something else floating in my head, and when we suddenly veered off onto Disney, it reminded me to mention this. So yeah, shout out to Topps for doing that. That's pretty cool. And there's lots of stuff on promotion. So I think the next couple of weeks I'll be doing my shopping at Sainsbury's.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm such a whore for it.
You're buying TVs and returning them so you can keep your cards.
Don't give me ideas. That's a fantastic idea. Don't do that, kids. That's probably fraud.
I'm going to return this TV and buy a lawnmower. Oh, more cards. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. For the record, I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying.
We'll find out what happens next week.
Yeah.
And you'll have a new card wall behind you full of
full of Elsa cards and Dory cards and stuff. Yeah. Cool. There we go. So yeah, we were going to finish this week on NFTs because there's some actual NFT news this week. For one of your favorites, Inception.
I like Inception. I think the colors are cool. Like I said, it's probably not for everybody there, but I think it's a real interesting one.
Yeah, traditionally in the physical card space, it is a bit of a Marmite product. People either really like it or they don't really like it. It's one of those polarizing designs. I don't mind them, if I'm honest. It's usually, it's one of the more premium products. You're not getting. I think it was 7 cards in a box or something this year. The price was way up compared to last year. It was kind of vilified this year because the price was so high compared to previous years. It had gone up like £100 basically from 2019 for a box that's got like 7 cards in it. So it's kind of brutal. So yeah, vilified early in the year. But yeah, quite a funky design. The designs I think work really well as a digital product. They look really good on Bunt. They look really good on Skate. I think Skate had Inception not long ago.
Skate has Inception. Yeah, I spent some money on Inception and Skate.
There you go. I think the MLS one has, Topps Kick, which is Bundesliga and MLS. I think it has Inception on it as well. So yeah, they generally digitally, I think that the design of those cards works really well because it's that sort of bright kind of neon, very sharp colors, which obviously works really well on a high fidelity digital screen like we have on our phones and stuff these days. So yeah, pretty cool looking. Super limited Inception's going to be, isn't it?
I think it was at what, 14 or 16,000.
Yeah, I think
16,000.
16,000. Yeah,
16,000.
6,000 premium packs, 10,000 standards. I think is the split on that.
I can't remember. Oh, gosh, we should have looked this up beforehand.
Yeah,
but I don't even think it's that much. I think the premium packs were even more limited. It was almost like 2 and 14 or something like that. There.
It's going to be a cluster. The good thing about Avalanche, right? So I bought some of the Bundesliga ones from Avalanche, which I don't even think I've sold out yet, but that was fun. That's 420 quid down the Swanee, probably. I've not opened my stuff yet. Maybe I figure I'll just sit on it for a while. Maybe there's a nice Erling Haaland in there that's going to mean I can pay off my mortgage. Yeah, so like they didn't sell terribly well, but if nothing else, it was a pretty robust test of the Avalanche platform. So the buying experience is going to be really similar to. I almost said
Top Shot.
I almost said Slapshot.
Slapshot.
That's a completely different sport. Yeah, Top Shot. Yeah, the NBA experience. So you basically arrive and you're put into a queue. Once it opens up, you go in a queue, and by the time you get to checkout, you need to hope that there's some left. I was pretty surprised, given how popular Series 1 was, and the fact that it sold out. It was a horrible experience. It sold out really quick, and you were making 10 times your money on premium packs within 3 weeks. I thought that I didn't expect it to be this limited. You know, it's like a fifth of what it was, like 20% of what they released on Series 1. Now, fair enough, it's on a new platform, but I've seen way more press and way more push from Topps and from Topps Digital and I guess Avalanche, who are running it for them. Like
their social media has been very active.
So yeah, their social media has been super active. The Discord's been really active. They seem to be pushing this way more than they pushed Series 1. I'm not saying it was just the diehards who knew about Series 1, but it was still a bit niche then. Now the cat's out the bag. And I think it's going to be a real clamour to get these when they release on Thursday. Is that right? Thursday night?
Thursday, 6 o'clock.
6 p.m., yeah. Yeah, so this Thursday, 6 p.m. Good luck to you. I think it's going to be... I mean, the experience should be smooth enough. Having been through the process with the Bundesliga ones, I kind of trust the system. It should be able to stand up to what's going to be asked of it. And by making you queue, it keeps the pressure off the payment merchant, which is where it fell down with Wax, because they were putting everything through that single payment processor and everybody at the same time. But where you're limiting it to however many people are in the checkout experience at the same time, maybe like 50, I think. I think they do it in maybe blocks of 50. It makes the load easier so people can progress through, because we've never seen stories of Top Shot like completely going down, except maybe like the first time they try to do it, but ever since then it's been a really smooth experience, and that's where the benefit of the queue thing really helps. I don't think it's a randomized queue like Top Shot is. I think it's just, you need to turn up and take your rightful place in the queue, so you are going to have to be sharp, and you are going to have to be banging that F5 button right at 6 p.m. to make sure you get your spot. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, it should be pretty good.
I think people are going to sleep on this one. I really do. I think with the Topps completely abandoning Wax, people are like, I don't trust it. I think they're going to be missing out because, again, it's Inception. They have a lot of rookies in there and young players in there, and it's the first one on this one. It's super limited. I mean, gosh, you're talking 16,000 packs. So
that's nothing. Yeah, I mean, they release more Bundesliga than that.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's just gonna be one of those things that people are like, I just don't trust Topps. I'm gonna sit this one out, or I'm gonna buy and see what I get there. So I mean, it helps. I like Inception. I'm not gonna lie. If they had done Gypsy Queen or something else, or Topps Finest, I think Topps Finest looks terrible. I'm happy to sit that one out there. But yeah, it's something I like, and so that's probably what the appeal is to me. So
you wouldn't have just... So if it had been like one of the products that you don't favour, would you not have gone in on this one? Would you have been one of the ones sitting out?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, if it was Topps Finest, I would have been like,
I'm
or
all,
I would have.
I'm
I
all
would.
in. I'm all in. I will have multiple devices. I will be F5ing like a boss.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess one of the things is like I'm still a collector. I'm not buying to flip that, So I mean, I will flip
Hey,
it.
I'm buying to collect them as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying in general that if I was a flipper, sure, it doesn't matter what you put out. You could put out the world's worst cards. You could put out $88 and flip it. If that's what I do, and that's the appeal. Whereas I'm going, well, I want to. I will sell some, but I will buy some to collect to see what it is there and see if they do the crafting stuff or anything like that. Because I like trying to do that, and then sitting there going, can I trade cards? So I buy cards. Can I make this set to get that exclusive pack out of that or not?
Yeah.
I had a quick look at my wax the other day. There's still a ton of product that's not even open yet.
Yeah, which is interesting. You have to wonder what the people are thinking. The people who are left on wax. I mean, I say the people who are left. I'm probably in the small percentage. I think I've got a wooden coin left on wax, and that's it. Like, I sold all my wax on like I cashed out my wax, but not by cashing it out through like DeFi, whatever it's called. Like I just sold it to another collector and transferred it to their wallet, and I got I either traded out or crafted or gave away the last of my single NFTs. I had a few single NFTs on National Baseball Card Day. I did it like a little promotional thing and gave away like a dozen of the last 12 loose NFTs that I had. The packs we opened, I sold a couple. But yeah, you have to kind of wonder what. I mean, obviously there's not going to be any more baseball releases on wax, so you're just left now. You're like, oh, okay, what am I going to do? Well, I did hear that obviously this is a big issue in the market for these things as well, and amongst the collectors who have cards on wax. And I believe there was talk of some way they're coming up with a bridge between wax and Avalanche, so your wax NFTs may be at some point tradable across to Avalanche, so you can have them all together rather than you're left with these outliers that are on the wax platform and Topps has moved away from the wax platform.
I want to say that would be a brilliant idea if they did so, considering they just lost their asses to Fanatics.
Yeah.
I don't see them going, we can go and invest this amount of money into developing this bridge from there. But I haven't checked out Avalanche yet. I hear it's supposed to be all in one. You don't need an extra wallet. You don't have to try to transfer anything there. It's supposed to be better for the environment, so it's more eco-friendly and faster. I mean, who knows if it's true or not? But
yeah. The initial problem that they had, and I think they may still have, is that unless you have a US bank account, you can't cash out. But so that's obviously an issue, and that caused a lot of frustration around the time of the Bundesliga release, and indeed was one of the reasons why it got put back a day, because ironically the people in Germany were having problems purchasing, and the Bundesliga is obviously the German football league, so you want the people in Germany to be able to buy the NFTs. So yeah, still a little bit of work to do on Avalanche, but certainly what I've seen of it so far, with the checkout process and the queue process, that worked really well. So I don't think we're going to have the complete clusterfuck that we had on wax when Series 1 dropped and the whole world and their granny was trying to buy it at the same time. Of course, the flip side of that is we've got a super limited release here. So unless you're really sharp on your F5 key right on 6 o'clock, there's a pretty high chance, I think you're going to be left empty-handed this time around. What that means for the resale value of this stuff, I think the resale value is just going to rocket from the minute the stuff sells out, and I think it'll sell out super quick. Resale will just be off its chops immediately because there's going to be so many people trying to get it, and 16,000 is such a small release.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, who knows how many they're even limiting you to? Everyone jokes that you can buy as many as you want because they didn't sell out. But I mean, realistically, somebody could clear the whole thing out if they wanted to. You had the money for it, why not?
Yeah, I saw discussion. They'd actually asked in the community on Discord a few nights ago, and this is a story I shouldn't probably say because I don't have the answer. I don't have the conclusion to this talking point. But they were actually asking the community about pack limits and what the community thought the limit on pack purchases should be. No, I have to leave it there because I didn't get the answer to the question. I could probably have a quick rummage in Discord, and we'll have those answers next week, I guess. They might not even have answered the question, to be fair, but they certainly pitched that question to the community. What do you feel about pack limits? But for such a limited release. It's like anything more than one feels like, and this is coming from somebody who would probably have bought multiple, some to keep, but yeah, some to flip or some to do breaks and stuff with. So I'm kind of cutting off my own nose to spite my face here, but with a limited release of 16,000, you should probably be limited to a premium and a standard, and Bob's your uncle. Or maybe a premium and 2 standards, depending on what the ratio of premium to standard is. But
yeah, exactly. I mean, I was thinking I would try to buy 3 premium and 10 standard. That would be my goal of getting in there, because of what I could do with it, and keep some and sell some and be happy there. But yeah, I mean, that was with 75,000 packs. I mean, we're talking like
16.
a sixth of it. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I don't have I'll quickly Google it actually, but. I didn't have the definitive answer at the time, but they were certainly asking the community about it, which I thought was kind of an interesting step. I mean, if we've learned anything over the last like 3 years, it's like stop asking the public for their opinion, because they're going to pick like something shit.
Yeah, exactly. I to be honest, if I could pick up 2 premium packs and say a limit of 5 regular packs, I'd be happy.
Yeah. I think Series 1 I picked up 5 premium and 10. 10 standard. I'll probably be like aiming to be in that range again, but I don't think that's going to be.
No, it's too small. There's just no way. Because I mean, like I said, you're talking about 16,000 packs. You know, you've got to limit it to so much. So, who knows?
Yeah, I'm speed reading now. No, I don't think I'm going to have the answer, but.
We can post it later for all you that are watching.
We'll find out. Yeah, or Andy will tell us, because Andy is always up to speed in this stuff. So yeah, that's the big news from this week. We have managed to go through our hour. We've actually gone more than an hour. That's pretty impressive. That's thanks to a guest appearance from Strikeouts and Seltzers. We managed to get over the hour. The podcast within a podcast. So yeah, if there's a hard seltzer you think we should try next, then reach out and let us know.
I'm actually curious if somebody would and actually say, I recommend this seltzer. Let us know, and we'll get some.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be getting some from Fuzz. So
oh, no way! Is that...
Yeah, I'm supposed to get a huckleberry flavored one.
This is going to become a thing. That's kind of funny.
It really is a thing. We just got to find a sponsorship for us, you know.
Yeah,
I'm down with the alcoholic sponsor, you know.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't know how far we get in the UK with that. I don't think they're allowed to do it anymore, but whatever. Any monetization is good monetization.
We just have to set up our stream in America. Yes,
that's right. Yeah. I'll need to start streaming from the Cayman Islands or something. I'll get a VPN and we'll start streaming from the Cayman Islands. Oh, Barbados has appeared in our Spotify statistics.
Ooh!
So we can now say we're the #1 UK-based baseball card and hard seltzer podcast in Barbados.
In Barbados, amazing. All right.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day when I was checking the stats.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, all right. That's pretty cool. We'll need to find our fan over there and go and pay them a personal visit.
Exactly. Yes, we'll put that in the expense report down and just go to.
Absolutely, yeah. It's networking, man. We can write it off as a business expense. So.
Absolutely, I'm down with that.
All right, fantastic. Well, we shall round it up for this week, I think, there, Jason. So thank you very much, as always. This week's episode will be available as a podcast from Wednesday at 9 p.m. UK. If you're listening to us on the podcast, thank you very much. Give us those good old Apple ratings. We do like an Apple rating every now and again, so if you don't mind taking that minute to give us that 5-star rating and tell us you love us very much, or indeed drop us a hard seltzer recommendation in your Apple podcast review. There we go. Yeah,
that should be what our thing is now.
That should be our thing. Yeah.
Yes. So if you're listening and you like the show, tell us your favorite. Hard seltzer.
Favorite hard seltzer, and as a review on Apple Podcast. There we go. Damn, that's a new gimmick, and we're gonna have to remember this and do one every week now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and if you don't like hard seltzer, tell us you don't like hard seltzer. That's fine too.
Perfect. Yeah. We won't shame you.
Yes, but we show up on the Apple Podcast ratings. We'll know who you are.
We know who you are. Yeah. I don't. I can almost hear Drew typing away already about his love for hard seltzer.
Exactly. We're a bunch of fannies.
Exactly. Yeah. Most likely. All right. Awesome. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll leave it there for this week. We'll be back again live next Monday at 9 p.m. And like I say, this episode will be out as a podcast from this Wednesday. Awesome, Jason. Thanks again.
Cheers, guys. And if you're interested in Scottish baseball, we're into the Scottish Baseball Championship round here. It's the Caledonian Cup there. So if you want, check out my other podcast, which is Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. And we'll be doing a roundup of last weekend's scores. And, of course, talking about the Cup games that are going through to end this month there. So we finally thought it was maybe give it a shout where it's the end of the season there. The guys can use a bit of a plug. So, yeah, so check in Ball Caps and Bagpipes, which is, of course, my other podcast. And everyone else, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, I can heartily recommend it. It's usually a pretty great listen. And yeah, good luck to the teams who have, well, all the teams have made the playoffs, right?
Everyone's in the Caledonian Cup, so both Edinburgh teams have gotten a bye. So it should be a good one.
Did Edinburgh finish 1-2?
They did finish 1-2. That's why I was trying to get everyone to go to the game, because that game decided who got second place in the league.
Ah, damn. Okay, there we go.
Should have pushed harder.
You should have done. Yeah, I'm annoyed that I forgot about it now. We totally could have done that on Sunday. That'd have been a pretty good afternoon out. And yeah, I could have charged my car at Tesco. You're right.
Next time.
Next time. That's right. All right, great. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe. And Jason and I will see you next Monday night at 9 p.m. UK. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
These bandanas make it hurt. These bandanas make it hurt. These bandanas make it hurt. Beats by Dallas, 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 make it hurt.